Welcome to the step-by-step guide on how to upgrade your Matic to POL tokens on the Ethereum blockchain using Etherscan. Follow these steps to ensure a smooth and successful transition. As a reminder, if you have your Matic tokens on Polygon POS network, you do not have to do anything no matter where they are. If they're in staking, if they're in LP contracts, whatever, the transition will be automatic on Polygon POS. To do this, you will have to have links to the migration contract and to the Matic token contract itself. We will be interacting with them directly through Etherscan. The links to those contracts will be in the description of this video and also in the official blog post on Polygon Technologies website. So first, we'll have to approve the Matic token. We'll have to give approval to the Matic tokens contract to take our Matic tokens, and we'll do this by navigating to the Matic token contract, which I have open here, and then we will scroll down until we find contract. So we can click on contract with the green check mark and to the right contract section. We will then also click connect to Web3 to connect our Web3 wallet. In this case, I'm using MetaMask. You may be using another wallet. It doesn't matter which one you use. The process is exactly the same for each of them. So as you click this, you might get a warning. You click OK on this. It's reasonable to assume that this is safe. Also, these functions that we're calling are really not dangerous. So you can just connect your wallet and you should see the green connected button appear, replace the red connect Web3 button. Then you will find the approve function, and here we'll have to enter some values manually. In the spender field, you will be inputting the migration contract's address, and this is the address that is 0x29E that ends with 2C4E. You can reference the other link, the link to the migration contract itself, to get this address. The value will be the amount of tokens you want to migrate, followed by 18 zeros. Now, this doesn't have to be a whole number. It can also be a decimal number. So if you want to transition, if you want to migrate something like 904.24 Matic tokens, then you would put in 904.24 followed by 16 zeros, because now you have 2 zeros less to indicate that these are decimal numbers. But anyway, it has to be a total of 18 decimal places, even if they are all zeros. So this is how these things work. In my case, I will put in 30. So I will be migrating 30 Matic tokens to POL. And here you can see this little plus icon. If I click this, I can select how many zeros I want to add. So this is making things easier for you. So I'll just click 10 to the 18th and add. And so now it just added the required number of zeros at the end of my number. So I don't have to, hit the number 0 18 times. At this point, we can click write, and this will execute a transaction in our wallet. So you can see here that our settings were reflected in MetaMask itself. Here it's warning us what's going to happen. It is going to define a custom spending cap of 30 Matic. So it recognized that this is a whole number 30 based on the decimals, and so we can just click next to go further, or you can just click view details to see what's actually happening if you're a data nerd, a transaction nerd. So next, and then we will be clicking the approve button. You can see that the button itself has been changed to approve from submit transaction, because MetaMask understands what we're doing. We are approving a spending cap. Now you will have to wait a little bit for your transaction to finalize and complete. And once it's done, we'll move on to the next step. All right, our transaction is now complete. Hurrah! We can go to the migration contract next. Now, the migration contract itself also has the same tabs available to you. So you go to contract with the green check mark, click on that, and then click on write as proxy. This is different because this contract is deployed as a proxy contract, which means that there is one contract which is then basically linking to the actual functionality of the migration, which is another contract. So if we click write as proxy, we're skipping that middleman contract and going straight to the endpoint, to the final contract that we actually have to use. We'll then scroll down to migrate. This is the function we need, and you have also here the description. This function allows for migrating Matic tokens to POL tokens. This is pretty cool. The function does not do any validation since the migration is a one-way process. Nicely documented, works really well. So in our case, I approved 30 Matic tokens, so I'm gonna put 30 here as well. And again, I'm gonna click the little plus icon and select 10 to the 18th power, which means that it will automatically add 18 zeros for me at the end of that number. We can now click right, and again, we have here the estimated changes by MetaMask itself. It is kind of trying to read what's going to happen. It's simulating the actual transaction, and it's trying to predict the outcome of this transaction. So in this case, you can see here that I'm sending 30 Matic and I'm receiving 30 POL. So let's confirm. Again, we are waiting for this transaction's completion, and then we'll verify that everything was as expected. Great, our transaction has successfully completed. We can close the extension here, and now we can check if this was actually attributed to our balance in the wallet. To check that our POL tokens have successfully arrived, we can just inspect our wallet or just click on our address here in the Connected Web 3 button, and this should open our address in the browser. Now if we expand the token holdings of our address, we should see we have here Matic tokens and we have the POL tokens. Now if you inspect your wallet and you look at the token screen here, you should see both of these tokens, but if not, MetaMask will suggest to import them automatically. So in my case, I'll click import here and it is detecting them both automatically. If for some reason in your case it is not detecting POL automatically, you can find POL on any site that lists tokens like CoinMarketCap, and then scroll down to the contract address and there's a MetaMask button right next to it that says add to MetaMask. If you click that, it will prompt you to add a token into your wallet as a listed token, so that when you open your wallet you can see it there in case it's not already there. If it is, you don't have to do anything at all. Just a few things to keep in mind is that you do need to have some gas in your wallet, some ETH in your wallet for gas costs when you're submitting these transactions. So make sure you have at least something like $5 will be enough in ETH to pay for these transactions. Depending on when you're executing this, whether or not the network's congested and so on, but you know, a few dollars, $10 will be more than enough to cover these transactions, because this is really cheap. These are very cheap operations. You don't have to worry about much. Also, please make sure that you double check the amounts that you're entering. With all those zeros, it can be quite tricky, so make sure you use that helper button from Etherscan itself to add those zeros in for you, so you don't have to manually type those in. Thank you for watching. By following these steps, you probably and hopefully have successfully upgraded your Matic tokens to POL tokens. But if you do get stuck or you have any questions, please remember that we are always active in our Discord channels, and also you're always free to reference our blog post, which will have all of this information in written format as well. Thank you.